I'd love to start with asking you what it was like working with Aaron Sorkin.
It's a dream working with Aaron. He's arguably the greatest screenwriter to have worked in cinema. Certainly one of the incomparables. He's a virtuosic storyteller. He is a generous and considerate collaborator. And he's someone that you feel very, inspired and motivated to surpass and raise the bar in order to be worthy of being a vessel of his writing.
And it's such a great cast with so many heavyweights. Can you tell me what it was like working with everybody in the cast?
Well, I've said this, but it bears repeating. It felt like working on the 1984 Olympic Dream Team, and like everyone is Michael Jordan. It was thrilling, but mainly what that created was an environment that felt like the seriousness of the film, the level of commitment and care. Everyone was there to be stewards, to tell this story, which is a story that is bigger than all of us, and that is arguably the most important story of our time. Even though it's a story about 1968 and that trial and the police riots of 1968 and the conspiracy trial of 1969 are, in a sense, a diving bell of the American psyche. We have seen over the last few months and the events that have unfolded in Minneapolis and in Atlanta and in Kenosha and in Portland and in Seattle and in cities in this country and all over the world. This same fraying at the seams and this same sense of the country being divided and coming apart at the seams. And so I think the movie has taken on a resonance, and its message is amplified and more urgent than ever before.
And given the timeliness of it that you spoke about, how do you feel it's going to play to younger viewers, and what do you hope that they get out of it versus older viewers?
Well, I'm very excited for younger viewers to see this film. I think that the energy, the palpable energy in the 1960s that the counterculture had, and that the left had, this energy that really believed that their concerted actions could change the world. I feel that in the younger generations again, and I don't think they might be familiar with this trial and with the story of these characters, and with Bobby Seale, and with Abby Hoffman and Jerry Rubin, and seeing the endemic problem of police brutality, seeing the brutal police-sanctioned execution of Fred Hampton. I think it will bring home to people that these are, if they didn't know it already, that these issues have been with us for far too long, and that change is necessary, and it's time for everyone to, if necessary, get back on the streets and protest together. This Fist of Solidarity, when we were filming Marching Down Michigan Avenue last October, has taken on a new meaning for me these past few months.
And my last question is, can you talk about your preparation to play Jerry and what it was like working alongside Sasha?
Sure. I mean, a lot goes into preparing for any role, and the role itself kind of dictates what that might be. There's for me, a sort of voracious amount of reading and research, books that Jerry wrote, books about the period, footage of Jerry, music of the period, learning as much as you can, internalizing it, kind of putting that all in the chrysalis, and then letting whatever emerge. You kind of have to make it your own. You're not doing an impersonation, but I think you really do need to, by some kind of osmosis, take on the character. And as far as working with Sasha, it was a joy. I mean, Sasha, there are a lot of parallels between Sasha and Abby Hoffman. Sasha is a clown who's also like the most serious guy in the room. And that's who Abby and Jerry were. You know, they were these merry pranksters, and they used humor and guerrilla theater tactics as a way of expressing their outrage and their dissent. And so Sasha and I got to sort of live that out while we filmed this movie.